All right, I have titled this training 3 ways to generate leads from YouTube. And I think maybe we'll do 1 or 2 more of these and just focus on 3 things. So Tanya, we try to keep this way more efficient, short and sweet than me just coming on here and rambling and throwing a bunch of stuff at you that is going to confuse you. So, I would be remiss if I jumped to like the first step of this process if I didn't verify that everybody on the call this morning has a YouTube channel. So if you don't have a YouTube channel, that's really step 1 for you. So y'all may have some different steps depending on how far you are in this process. All right, so the first thing you need to do if you don't have a YouTube channel is create one. Okay, create your YouTube channel. What's exciting about this, y'all, is that this is free. It's sweat equity. Okay, and it allows you to combine a lot of different steps, like productivity steps. Okay, so one thing realtors should be doing, they should have a niche, they should have a farm, they should have a specialization. Okay, this keeps you on task over time for that goal. Realtors should be previewing properties nonstop, week after week after week, in that farm, in that niche, in that geographical area, or within that specialization. Right. So what we're doing here is, if we don't have our own listings, a ton of our own listings, then we are shooting content for other agents. We are becoming other agents' marketing assistants, and we're previewing these homes. And I think most agents too, correct me if I'm wrong here, but most agents are like, what is the point in previewing properties? At the end of a day of previewing properties, there's no money in my hand. It's empty. So they're like, I'm not doing that. I think adding this YouTube component to it is going to help you, like, with your mindset and help you make peace with this. Okay? Now, the other thing you probably heard me say a number of times, some of you, is that people want to see that we're busy. All right. And that requires a very heavy presence on social media. And these people aren't tracking whether these listings are yours, whether they're another agent's, whether they're a FSBO's, whether they're an off-market property. They're just not. Okay. All right. So let's recap. Step 1, if you don't have a YouTube channel, create one for free. All you need is a Gmail email account to create that for free. So create that. If you've already created a YouTube channel, then the step for you, and this might be your first step, and it's like so important. And look, I think most of us are going to have a nasty rainy weekend ahead, so we could, maybe have some time to think about this. But it needs to be about one specific thing. One specific thing. So the problem that I have had with YouTube, and I've had to put in a lot of work to get where I am today with this thing. But I had one YouTube channel, and I put real estate training on there. I put property tours on there. I put family vacation videos on there. I had everything on there. And so the algorithm was like, what is this channel all about? I could never figure it out. Listings, community tours, vacation videos, training videos, interviews with agents, podcasts. They were just like, what the hell is this channel about? So you need one specific thing, and title your channel accordingly. Okay. All right. So let's pause for questions.
How do you come up with a good name?
Don't overcomplicate this. Use ChatGPT. If everybody under the sound of my voice doesn't have a pro ChatGPT account, you're behind the 8 ball. It's $20 a month. You need it. Okay, Chris, you got it. So tell ChatGPT. Listen, I jumped on a quick training early in the fall last year, and it taught me how to customize my ChatGPT to sound like me. I told it what I did for a living, what industry I was in, all these type of things, right? So you can really customize ChatGPT to become your personal assistant. But tell ChatGPT what you're trying to do. Hey, ChatGPT, I am trying to launch a YouTube channel around my specialization, which is lake homes, Alabama lake houses. Okay. I don't know if we have any new construction specialists on here, but I would, if that's your thing, it could be Baldwin County new construction. It can be a big subdivision. The subdivision needs to have more than 2,000 homes, so it needs to be big. It can be condos. What do you want to do? Tanya, what are you thinking? Would you like want to sell condos? Would you want to be a condo queen, or you want to sell waterfront properties? What do you think? Acreage?
I'm trying to figure out a way to put my husband in with it. So it's a realtor backed by a home builder expertise. So you're coming at it from, I know a lot about new construction. I know a lot about building. So that's what my niche is. And I have the pro account with ChatGPT and been trying to figure out a
Boom.
way to do it where it makes sense and I don't get in trouble for certain things that I'm saying either.
What I always do too is I'll have, ChatGPT do a lot of the heavy lifting, and then, I'll go in there and make it sound like me. Okay, and I want to do this, Tanya, before I forget. I actually downloaded this TikTok video you did, and I was going to do something with it. I just never did. But you were talking about it being like hotter than a something in your hometown. What was that? Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, hotter than a chainsaw at a pawn shop in my
Yes.
hometown.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you have any reservations about how you sound, like your accent,
I
but
sounded like cornbread in that video, is what I sounded like.
it seems like you've embraced it, and I would tell you the that's the way to go. I've had like you want to incorporate pets, kids, who you are authentically. I mean, I have a $1.5 million deal under contract because I put Willow in my videos because they're bulldog people, and that's why they selected me. They're like, man, we want to work with somebody that maybe is a little bit more of a hustler, and that is how you portrayed yourself on YouTube. All right, so Tanya, what you will want to do, okay, is I need to get you guys looking at some of the YouTube channels that I have, but I would do, Tanya, if I were you, I would do Baldwin County new construction.
Okay.
Baldwin County new homes. Ask ChatGPT, and what we're looking for is search engine optimization. We want to optimize this for the YouTube algorithm. We want to optimize this for SEO. And so you want to tell ChatGPT, I want to name my channel. What would you name your channel, ChatGPT, if you were starting a new construction specialization in Baldwin County? And see what it
Okay.
says. Okay.
You helped me come up with something a few years ago, buy, build, sell, and I've kind of ran with that little tagline too.
Yeah. So what I would do is you could put that tagline on your YouTube thumbnails. You can put it in your YouTube description. But what you can do is your YouTube channel, you can customize it so that you have what's called playlists. Okay. And so I would have a playlist I would pick probably 2 to 3 builders, depending on how much time you have as a new mom. What I need to know is Robert building spec homes?
Not yet. We're building custom, like we're not building spec homes yet.
Okay. So what I would do is what you're going to do is have a playlist that showcases Robert's craftsmanship. So you'd have interviews with Robert. You've have maybe interviews with some of his subs. Like if he's got like a great flooring person, contractor, cabinet guy, whatever, you're interviewing the subs, and think about the bigger picture here. If you're shining a light on the subs, you are prospecting to a sphere of influence.
That's true.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
So I give you an example. So I've got a channel dedicated to Smith Lake only. All right. So
I've been
that's,
looking at some of your stuff. Like one of them's Alabama, like lake house.
yeah. So I've
Thing.
got, I've got a YouTube channel, just Alabama home tours, and I put everything on it. It's all different areas of Alabama. But Smith Lake is where I want to retire. It's where I want to live. And that's going to be my sole specialization at some point. I want to get to where I'm only selling homes on Smith Lake and I'm referring everything else out
Gotcha.
or to team members, whatever the case may be. So I have This is a great example of how this works. Okay, I'm doing interviews with small business owners on Smith Lake. So Tanya, this is from builders that I work with, they're like, man, I need something to get my subs working and busy in between projects. And so if you get the cabinet guy a job, maybe it's just refinishing cabinets for one of your past clients, you know, it's give and take, right? It's giver's gain.
Should it be more like whenever you're saying like the niche and you want YouTube to know what your channel is about? Whenever you're doing these interviews with people and you're doing the walking through houses, showing craftsmanship, stuff like that, is there a way just keep it in line with new construction so that we don't confuse the channel, right?
That's
Am
right.
I overthinking that? Okay.
Yeah. So nothing else would go on this channel. You'd have a playlist for Robert where you're just saying, you're promoting the business, the family business. And then
Okay.
you've got like a DR Horton channel and who is Lennar building, who I don't know who else is,
Yeah. So these are different YouTube channels or different playlists. I'm sorry.
different playlists within one channel.
Okay. Gotcha.
Different playlists with one channel. Okay.
Okay.
And you can start as small as you want. The second step that I was going to recommend this morning is that everybody on this call this morning that is not comfortable with long form content should just focus on YouTube shorts. So an example of that would be Tanya going to one of their past clients, a home they finished for somebody who's like a raving fan, and just do a 1 to 3 minute interview with them and put that up as a short.
So I was I was trying to be prepared whenever we got on the call, and I watched the video that you posted within the community, and I seen something about the difference between the shorts and the longs. Is it okay to put that on the same channel, or do you need two different YouTube channels for that?
Way to go, Tanya. Damn. All right. So in that training that I did with Andrew, it's a little outdated. That training I think was recorded about 2 years ago. And that's when, I started this journey. This is the best thing that came out of me being a Jared James coach, is that I got connected with Andrew and he's a friend now. And I just, he's mentoring me on this process. So when we did this about 2 years ago, shorts was a new thing with YouTube, and it was not recommended to combine the two because YouTube at that point was all about watch time. And you think about and the shorts were only a minute. So what people were doing is, if the minute's a cap on watch time, you don't want that on your long form channel. So people were setting up a channel just for shorts and a channel just for their long form content. And again, it was the same niche.
Okay.
But that's out, right? So you put it all on one. You're going to have a playlist for your shorts, new construction shorts. Ralston Construction's another one. And then, maybe DR Horton or whoever's your favorite, track home builder. Maybe start with them, and that would be a rocking channel.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Do we have anybody who's like lost, like they don't know what the fudge is going on? So I'm telling you, one of the side effects of what I have going on is that I am a specialist. So Tanya, you would put this on your Facebook page, Baldwin County New Construction Specialist. It would go in, if you look at the intro bio on my Facebook page, it says Lake Lifestyle Upgrade Specialist.
You've taught me this before, and I know you have, and I was looking through some of my books. What on YouTube you do the targeted, and I forgive me if I'm not saying this right, but I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Targeted SEO, targeted words to be able to pick up in like the Google search. Where do you put those? Is that like your hashtag and then you're writing what it is and then it pops up that way? Because you taught me about this with blogs too, and I can't remember.
Okay, so what I would recommend, and again, we're going to be at different places in the number of steps. We're only focusing on 3 aspects of YouTube. So for some of y'all, that first step is going to be creating a channel. For some of you, like Tanya, it's designing, customizing that channel and making it search engine optimized for one specific niche. All right. Another step that I would recommend. So I think I did shorts as number 2. So let's do this for number 3, and then we'll be done with our steps for today. So much to unpack here. The important thing is just to get started, okay? I would recommend that everybody on the call spend a little money, okay? And there's a service out there called TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy. I want to say it's like 20 bucks a month, 100 something bucks a year. It's really inexpensive. TubeBuddy helps you with your titles. It helps you with your tags. It tells you, it gives your post, your YouTube post, like your description and everything, an SEO grade. Now, for some of you that are already spending money on ChatGPT, I want to let you know that ChatGPT will do all the things that TubeBuddy does for you. It's just not as streamlined. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you want to go like your YouTube description that you're getting ChatGPT to write for you, you want to tell ChatGPT this description is for a YouTube video. And so I need it to be search engine optimized. I need it to be attracted to the YouTube algorithm. One of the tricks of the trade with ChatGPT is give it very specific instructions. All right. So start a channel. This is kind of, let's say, like step one is a two-parter. So start a channel, name your channel, needs to be super specific, nothing else goes on it. If most of you, I think, like with editing and things like that, it's so much better to start off with shorts. Like shorts are going to they're going to make you feel good because you're going to get views right off the bat. The only other thing I'll leave you guys with this morning is that this is going to take a while. Okay, so a little bonus tip to end the call would be that you're going to have to create a minimum of 20 videos. I would say 20, maybe even 25 on your YouTube channel before you're going to see any traction. You've got to be patient. I can't tell you how many times like have been coasting on fumes in my bank account, feeling frustrated with the lack of results, and just looking at like a guy like Andrew, who's, 2 years ago, he was making $250,000 in GCI just from his YouTube channel. And I was like, when the hell I'm doing everything he's telling me to do. When am I going to get there? When am I going to see some results? And the awesome thing for you guys versus what I'm doing, and this is something to kind of keep in mind if you're thinking about your specialization, okay? So I have a big goal with my specialization of lake homes because it's retirement centered, right? It's lifestyle centered. The second home market, I can tell you, is a slow moving market. When I get a lead from YouTube, a lake buyer from YouTube, from first conversation to close, could be 8 months to over a year before there's a closing. So Diane and I were talking about this last night. I was telling her about I was going to do this training today, and I was like, man, if I just had like a big Ross Bridge channel or a Hoover channel, 35226 channel, those closings, like from YouTube intro to closing, that gap will be so much tighter. So you got to think about that if you're going to choose beach homes or condos. Those buyers aren't super motivated.
Mm-mm.
The property has to check almost all the boxes before they go, that's the one. There's no primal need to it. They don't have, they're not going to be living there, and they're going to be vacation there, and they want to be right. So Tanya, you've got a friend. I'm assuming you have a friend at D.R. Horton and Jessica Jones. I don't know anybody that dislikes Jessica.
Yeah, me neither.
But you may have another bestie that works there. So, or somebody that you can develop into a bestie. But what do we know about these builders? They pay well. They do a lot of the work for you. It's a lot easier. So you could do way more volume with that. Then there's all these perks, parties, bonuses. You can feel good about the people that are buying the properties because they're going to have a brand new roof, brand new AC, brand new hot water heater. I've heard new construction specialists talk at length about how they sleep very well at night selling new construction homes to people. All right. Are there any questions? Anybody lost? I think we pick this up next week and see what kind of progress you made. I'm also going to give you one more tip. This is paid and also free. So there's a YouTube channel called Channel Junkies, and they've got a bunch of content that you can watch for free, but they also have a paid coaching program. I think the paid coaching program is about $3,000. And as soon as I have the expendable income, I'm going to invest in that. They're going to just totally audit my channel, tell me where I'm going right, where I'm going wrong, how to improve it.
Can you see a difference from in your experience of doing YouTube? Because I know you've been doing it for years. Is there a difference in like whenever you change your name? Do you see like the SEO? Is it grabbing off Google more once you're more?
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
insane. And it has benefits across the board because I can guarantee. So I have, by the end of the day today, I'll have seven pending
Way to go.
sales this month. And that'll put me well over 6 million in pending volume. I'm going to tell you, I attribute a lot of that to YouTube, but I attribute more of it to the specialization. All right. So you got to think about this. Where would you be? And Tanya, you don't know this, but like I spent all of the summer, I don't know, all of last year just about. I think I stopped making training calls around, I think we stopped after Thanksgiving. We cut them for the year. But I spent all of last year preaching specialization to agents. I haven't seen anybody do it. So where would you be? How far behind or how close behind me would you be if you started last year? So I would just tell you, like, as soon as we get off this call, like I'd get on Tube Junkies, I'd start asking ChatGPT questions about designing your YouTube channel. I mean, God, what a blessing. You know, ChatGPT is probably going to kill us eventually, but for right now, it's awesome.
Do
So,
you
yeah,
still use iMovie for your edits and stuff like that? Or is there another app that you're using that I know you're really advanced in that, in doing that, but is iMovie like your go-to, what you use for?
it's a great question, Tanya. I would definitely advise using the free app that's on your phone. So that's just going to depend if you're Apple or Android, but use the free movie maker that's provided. And a little step up, I tell you, I'm a big fan. If you're doing shorts, I would recommend it's a free app. It's the Instagram Edits is my
Okay.
recommendation there. So starting with shorts, long form content, Tanya, for you, that would be iMovie.
Okay.
And then there's like super advanced ones like CapCut is like the cream of the crop.
Okay.
So CapCut would what you want to graduate to CapCut. So I'm gonna tell you, this is another issue. Like with shorts, it's very easy, right? If you shoot long form content, I'm talking about a video that's anywhere from 7 to 8 minutes long to 30 minutes long. So imagine you trying to edit something with sound, graphics, all that stuff, the YouTube thumbnail. Like with shorts, there's no thumbnail. I mean, some people add thumbnails to shorts. I don't. So it's just so easy. But this is another reason to start with shorts because I got somebody that edits all my content for me now. So I've invested in a virtual assistant from the Philippines that does this. And that's where the money I think needs to go first. Like you may invest in TubeBuddy, I would after that invest in somebody to help you edit those videos. You can find them on Upwork, Fiverr. You can just do a Google search for independent VAs in the Philippines and start interviewing some folks. You can go through a company called Sphere Rocket. So it's just up to you. Editing is the worst part. Like I can remember spending a whole Saturday, the better part of a Saturday, editing a video in CapCut. It's like going to the gym. It just sucks. It's not good. you
Hey,
know,
they don't have that auto cut feature no more in it, do it?
I have no idea. I haven't been on there in so long. I have it. I bought it for my VA to use, and it's
They
got
used to have it like last year, like around this time, and then like I've tried to, use it again, and that auto cut feature was really great because it'll put in everything. It'll put the graphics, the sound, and then you can just put like whatever text you wanted to put in there. But yeah, I can't find it no more. Like the auto cut feature on it. So I've been trying to look for it.
Yeah. So I mean, just when in doubt, ask Google or ask ChatGPT. what's up with stuff or what's the new latest and greatest. But the long form content, I'll just reiterate this again, is it is a booger. Okay. And it's going to wear you out. I was trying to train an agent who's a friend of Diana's last fall and over the holidays. I think she's done like one or two videos, but it's just like, it's so time consuming for her. And she's not one of these people that does really good, like sitting down for an extended period of time, doing technical stuff like this. Is the fun part is going out and shooting this stuff. For me, it's like I'm shooting homes, I'm touring properties, I'm developing relationships with agents. I'm starting conversations with people. I'm showing people on Facebook, which is my digital resume, that I'm busy, that I'm out showing, previewing, marketing almost every single day, certainly every single week. And they don't know whether those are my properties or somebody else's. They're like, damn, Tanya's busy. So it puts you on the path of conducting your day-to-day operations as a professional agent. It gets you to finally specialize. It gets you to finally preview properties. Things that we should be doing that we just don't do. Okay. All right, y'all. I guess I'll see some of y'all next week. And if you got any questions, just feel to reach out to me via Facebook, PM, or text is my preference. See you later.